Hello everyone. So this is the question paper number 4 of our model question answer series for the Apsc mains. Today's first question is explain the factors contributing to the communalization of society and elaborate on the actions necessary to foster unity and acceptance among individuals. So this question is focusing on the communalization's effect. So question to communalization about what is it, and we need to elaborate the actions that will be needed to foster unity and acceptance among individuals. And this question will be from paper 1 and will be of 250 words. Targeted given maximum number of words is 250. So let's come to the answer portion then. Communalisms. এই পিকচাৰখনৰ পৰা বহুত ক্লিয়াৰ অলৰেডি হৈ গৈছে। We are one এটা মেছেজ আৰু ইয়াত আপোনালোকে যিখিনি চিম্বল পাইছে, I hope you already know what this picture is going to mean. Communalism is basically an ideology that consists of 3 elements. তিনিটা এলিমেণ্টেৰে কমিউনেলিজম আইডিঅলজিটো গঠন হৈছে। A belief, first element, okay, a belief that people who follow the same religion have common secular interest. That is, they have same political, economic, and social interest. So here, socio-political communalities arise. So প্ৰথমটোত কি কৈছে? It's a kind of belief that people who follow the same religion will have same interest. That means they will have same political, economic, and social interest. So this belief can be termed as the one who makes the socio-political communalities arise. Then a notion in a multi-religious society like India, this common secular interest of one religion is dissimilar and divergent from the interest of the follower of another religion. এই যে আমাৰ ভাৰতৰ মাল্টি-ৰিলিজিয়াছ ছ'চাইটি, বহু ধৰ্ম থাকে, ৰাইট? সেইটো কাৰণে এনেকুৱা হয় যে এটা ৰিলিজনৰ যিখিনি বিলিফ বা you can say interest that may be different from the other ones. So this is a notion. Then third, the interest of the followers of the different religion or of different communities are seen to be completely incompatible, antagonist, and hostile. Now we gradually come to the one which actually creates the problem. That is, follower of one religion with another hostile towards the followers of another religion, because they feel that they are completely incompatible, antagonists, so that makes them hostile to each other. So these 3 parts. Now let's come to the body part of this answer. Factors which are responsible for the growth of communalism in India. A legacy of past. On the basis of the two-nation theory of Jinnah, India was partitioned. Communal politics had played its nasty game during the immediate past of independent India. The divide and rule policy of the British government served their colonial interest. The partition of India was the ultimate outcome of their politics. So two-nation theory নামৰ জিন্নাৰ যিখন এটা থিয়ৰি আছিল, মানে two-nation theory আছিল, তাৰ পৰাইতো ইণ্ডিয়াক partition কৰা হ'ল. If you go back to the history, you will find that it was Jinnah actually who can be made responsible for this partition. Other factors are there, but still you go through his actions of the history, then you will find that how much he was responsible for this. That time, and even after that also, communal politics played a very nasty game. Even British government, in their later period of ruling over India, they applied the divide and rule policy. So after all, what happened? The ultimate outcome was the partition of India. Then presence of communal parties. Religion in India has become an important agency of political socialization, and it is also reflected in the ideology of a number of political parties. A number of communal and sectarian political parties and organizations are present in India. For example, Muslim League, Jamaat Islami, Hindu Mahasabha, Akali Dal, Vishwa Hindu Parishad are directly or indirectly responsible for the emergence of communalism. Yes, that is right, because in India, we can see that presence of different community-based, different religion-based political parties, or you can say pressure forces. Like about the FAS also, Muslim League, Jamaat Islami, Hindu Mahasabha, Akali Dal, Vishwa Hindu Parishad. What are they exactly? They are actually responsible for the emergence of communalism because they reflected their ideology that was based on religion. Then isolation of Muslims. Indian Muslims have developed a tendency of isolationism, or you can say isolism, sorry, even long after the creation of Pakistan. They remain aloof from the mainstream of national politics. Most of them are not interested to take part in the secular nationalist politics of our country. They insist on to be treated as a separate entity. That is also a reason. Then poverty, mass poverty and unemployment creates a sense of frustration among the people. It generates backwardness, illiteracy, ignorance. The unemployed youth of both the communities can be easily trapped by religious fundamentalists and fanatics. They are used by them to cause communal riots. The weak economic status often breeds communalism. So আমাৰ দেশৰ গৰিবতাটো যিখিনি মানে পভাৰ্টি লাইনৰ তলৰ বা এই পভাৰ্টিৰ কাৰণত ইয়তসকল বহুত ফ্ৰাষ্ট্ৰেশ্যনত পৰে আৰু তেওঁলোককেই টাৰ্গেট কৰে সেই ৰিলিজিয়াছ ফাণ্ডামেণ্টেলছ সকলে because it's very easy to divert their mind because they had a lot of frustration within them. Then we have Hindu chauvinism. The growth of Hindu chauvinistic attitudes have further strengthened the communal tensions in India. The Hindu religions group like Shiv Sena, Hindu Mahasabha, Vishwa Hindu Parishad often pressurize the government to take steps suitable to the interest of Hindus. They consider each Muslim as a pro-Pakistani and anti-national, and to face the possible challenge of other communal forces, they encourage the growth of Hindu communalism. So এফালে যেনেকৈ মুছলিম সকলৰ মাজত এটা আমি এটা ফ্ৰাষ্ট্ৰেশ্যন দেখিছো বা নিজকে আইসোলেশ্যন কৰাৰ এটা দেখিছো এপ্ৰোচ, তেনেকৈ হিন্দুসকলৰ মাজতো এটা চভিনিষ্টিক এটিটিউড ডেভেলপ হৈছে যি তেওঁলোকে যাৰ দ্বাৰা কি কৰে যে মুছলিমসকলক প্ৰ পাকিস্তানী বা এন্টি নেশ্যনেল হিচাপে কনচিডাৰ কৰে আৰু ইয়াৰ ফলত এটা সেই কমিউনেলিজম টাইপৰ সিচুৱেশ্যন ডেভেলপ হয়. Then social cause is also there. The two major communities of India have been suspicious towards each other. Hindu and Muslim or Muslim and Hindu. The Muslims complained of the threat of the Hindu cultural invasion upon their lives and have become more assertive of their rights. Either due to ignorance or insecurity, they do not fully accept the need of family planning and help in increasing population. So the last line, focus on this. Either due to ignorance or insecurity, they do not accept the need of family planning fully. So that way, the population increasing is taking place. So I think I don't need to explain this. You got it. So these two communities are suspicious towards each other. That way, communalism is also being developed through this social cause. Then communalization of politics, one more major reason. Electoral politics in India has become more expansive and competitive. Different political parties are not hesitating to use any means, fair or foul, or for electoral victory. তেওঁলোকে নিজৰ electoral victory পাবৰ কাৰণে যিকোনো পৰ্যায়লৈ যাবলৈ ready থাকে. They even create communal tensions and try to take political advantages out of it. Concessions are granted to various minority groups for appeasing them. Then, cross-border factors. Communal tensions in India sometimes are highly intensified due to the role of the two neighboring theocratic countries. No need to mention their names. Everyone knows. These countries try to create communal problems in the border states. The communal problems of Punjab and Jammu Kashmir are caused due to provocation of Pakistan. So long as this cross-border factor is not removed, the communal problems are likely to stay in India. Then failure of government. Both union and state governments often fail to prevent the communalism in the country due to lack of prior information. They fail to take any preventive measures, so the communal violence can easily take innocent lives and destroys the property. The post-Godhra riot in Gujarat shows the inefficiency of the government to control the communal riot. Failure of immediate and effective steps has been a cause of the continuance of the communalism. Jodio a point 2, we are talking about the failure of government. I don't think that you need to mention the names. We can say like that the governments are not that much efficient that they could handle the communalism fully. Then ramification of communalism, genocides with mass killings. The real sufferers are the poor who lose their house, their near and dear ones, their lives, their livelihood, etc. It violates the human rights from all directions. Sometimes children lose their parents and will become orphan for a long time or lifetime. Genocide means making so many lives suffer, innocent lives gone. Their parents, because of their parents, died due to genocides. Most children now became orphan for a lifetime. Then, ghettoization and refugee problem are other dimensions of communalism induced violence, whether it's inter-country or inter-country. Sudden increase in violence against any particular community causes mass exodus and stampede, which in turn kill many number of people. For example, this was seen in the case of Bangalore in 2012. So with respect to people from northeastern states, which was stimulated by a rumor. So you just recall the news of 2012. Apart from having effect on the society, it is also a threat to Indian constitutional values, which promotes secularism and religious tolerance, in that citizens don't fulfill their fundamental duties towards the nation. So, see, our country is based on secularism. We have religious tolerance. But when this communalism is growing, so it means that the failure of the constitutional values, right? So the main reason, one more reason behind this is that citizens are also not fulfilling their fundamental duties towards the nation. It becomes a threat for the unity and integrity of the nation as a whole. It promotes only the feeling of hatred in all directions and dividing the society on communal lines. Minorities are viewed with suspicion by all, including state authorities like police, paramilitary forces, army, intelligence agencies. There have been many instances when people from such community have been harassed, detained, and finally have been released by court orders guilt-free. For this, there is no provisions for compensation of such victims about their livelihood incomes foregone against social stigmas and emotional trauma of the families. So minority সদায় সন্দেহৰ চকুৰে চোৱাৰ এটা ৰিজন হয় যি লাহে লাহে এই কমিউনেলিজমটো বহাত এটা ফুয়েল যোগায়, right? Then barrier for the development. Obviously, communal activities occurring frequently, then they will harm the human resource and economy of the country. And then again, it takes years for the people and the affected regions to come out of that trauma of such violence. You know the term trauma. If any violence or if any, you can say disaster happen, after that, the mental, you can say, mental condition, that harassmental condition that people are suffering from can be termed as trauma. So this have deep impact on the minds of those who have faced it. They feel emotionally broken and insecure in their own country. Then terrorism and secessionism has been during the Khalistan movement in Punjab. That is a recent example. Then what are the steps to be taken to prevent the communalism? First, economy, because poverty is one of the major factors behind communal violence. So poverty alleviations measures should be implemented with greatest focus on it. If they will be successfully, means poverty elimination measures will be successfully implemented, obviously that will make a reduction in the number of communal violences, thereby maintaining the communal harmony. Eradicating the problem of unemployment among the youth, illiteracy and poverty, and that too with honesty, without any discrimination. Discrimination should not be there. Again, it will cause some kind of activities like we call insurgency. Children in schools must be taught through textbooks and pamphlets to maintain the brotherhood and respect for all religions. So here we are talking about psychological literacy. Then creating awareness in the society about the ill effects of the communism through mass media. Now, what are the political measures? Political communism should be avoided. Recent Supreme Court's directives, identification and mapping of the riot-prone areas. For example, what Delhi police is doing now, they use drones to monitor and to maintain vigil during the communal festivals. Kiba eta dhormiyo festival hole, তাত যাতে বেলেগ কিবা কিবি হ'ব নোৱাৰে, বেলেগ সেই কমিউনেল ভাইলেন্স হ'ব নোৱাৰে, সেয়া ড্ৰোনৰ দ্বাৰা তেওঁলোকে মনিটৰ কৰিছে. Media, movies, and other cultural platforms can be influential in promoting peace and harmony. Then social media should be monitored for violent and repulsive content and taken off immediately. And that is, I think, very important for nowadays social media kind of activities going on, you can see that within just 1 second, one such type of hatred message can be made viral, and you know that what will be the impact of that. So social media should be monitored for violent and repulsive content and taken off immediately. Recommendations of Committee on National Integration: joint celebration of community festivals, observing restraint by Hindus while taking processions before the mosques, formation of peace and brotherhood communities at local level to prevent antisocial elements from engaging in communal riots, then respect for religious customs, rituals, and practices. So, how can we conclude it now? In a vast country like India, which is made up of diverse cultures, backgrounds, religions, and identities, it really requires to maintain a sense of equality among its citizens to provide a meaning to the term democracy. The core reason behind all these discriminations are based on the nature of unacceptance of diversity. আমি কিছুমান মানি লব নোৱাৰো, মানে আমি মনটোক তেনেকে বনাই থওঁ, right? We are kind of already made up our mind that we cannot accept that. We cannot accept these diversities. So we tend to commit heinous crimes to eradicate the population, which chooses a different set of traditions to follow. But this intolerance can lead India to get collapse from a being so secular country to communal. We should not be another Pakistan, right? And India is known to the world by the term diversity. It is beautiful when the people, irrespective of their differences, are coexisting. See, if we can make it possible that in a country like India, where vast diversities are there, if all those peoples can live happily without any communal kind of violence, means they are coexisting and making an environment which is peaceful and a kind of happy to each other, then we can say that we are succeeded to bring social harmony in our social diversity. So in that way, we can conclude these questions. So thank you very much. We'll meet in the next class. Bye-bye.